Women been telling men to stop approaching, stop being creeps, stop doing all these things, and guess what? Men have listened and started doing all those things, and women hate it.
A lot of men nowadays are like women now. They're always complaining that a lot of women just want them for money.
Yeah.
Or that the women should be paying half and half. Or they're just too used to women being independent. Instead of stepping their game up and
We're just, giving you your independence because you earned it.
making so much money that their wife or their girlfriend or whatever doesn't have to work another day in her life. Because money brings more than just material things. It brings security, protection, a roof over your head, discipline, consistency. So quit complaining and get your money up.
No, actually, men are not used to women being independent. And in fact, I think men are still waiting for women to become these, strong, independent women that they always claim to be. And why?
We would hope they would, it'd be nice to have some of our bills paid, maybe even 50-50 on some things. But they definitely not no independent.
Exactly does it all have to be on the man? Because women like to say they can do everything just as well as men and even better. So why can't you help contribute to your financial security with him?
Why do you need the man to do the work?
And if all you're going to do is just get him to make all the money, and while he's making all the money, you just spend it and you don't contribute in any way, then what's the point in having you around in the first place? And on the complaining aspect, I don't see it so much as complaining, but rather stating the facts. I mean, wouldn't you want someone to warn you of a bad possible financial decision? Men are just better at warning the younger generations to prevent.
We really are. Like, I tell the young cats all the time, and I always, when I see young cats come on the videos and just be like, knowing what they're doing, I get so proud. Like young men out there can be lost because society guided you a certain way, and it was definitely the wrong fucking way.
Prevent them from making the same mistakes they do.
If a man ever brags that they do not chase women, oh, she's falling down. If they brag that they do not chase women, if they brag that they're not going to go out of their way for a woman, you like men. You want to be a princess. You want a man to chase.
We're gay again? Every time.
You. They haven't admitted to themselves that they are like actually gay, okay? Because a guy who, like, guys know, like, it's not about chasing women in particular, like, it's more about pursuing a woman, okay? If they're like bragging that they do not pursue women, like, you're kind of like,
yeah, women just throw themselves at me. Why would I have to pursue? Duh.
Kind of girly, kind of weird. It's just not a flex, because the girls that are actually of high quality are going to not chase you. They're not going to chase your valid.
Yes, they will. See, you're stupid and thinking that high value women won't chase me. If I'm a high enough value man, they will. Your thorth the ass doesn't want to chase, so your thorth the ass ain't gonna get me. It's that simple.
Validation. They're not going to go out of their way to prove to you that they're worth being picked, okay? Because a lot of the high quality women that you want are going to require you to pursue them.
Yeah, it's weird when men act like normal human beings and don't do whatever you want, isn't it? Sure. Now just imagine if a man told her that I chase women. She would call him a creep. Now,
pretty much, right? All I do is chase women all day.
I have a sneaking suspicion that probably she's making this video because men aren't exactly chasing her. And it's a lot easier just to call men gay or anything under the sun other than just taking a look at themselves to see if they're maybe the reason that men aren't approaching. And by high quality women, she's specifically referring to herself here more than likely.
I know she's referring to herself, Red. I know she is. That's the funny part.
And yes, I am referring to pursuing, not chasing. So if a woman's not showing any signs of interest, of course the guy shouldn't have to chase them, right? But if you're bragging that, oh yeah, like I just, I'm not going to chase a woman. I'm going to have her come to me. I'm not going to pursue women. I'm going to have her come up to me. She needs to show me that she's worth being with. Like, I'm sorry, in what world? You are not the prize. The woman is the prize, always. And
trust me, in this world, we experience it all the time.
If you think you're the prize, sir, I think you need to be with men. You need to be with men, and you have to acknowledge the fact that you might possibly be gay. And that's okay. Just learn to accept it. stop complaining, because the girls that you really want are going to require a little bit of effort. Sorry, sir. It's just how it is.
I mean, this is just what denial looks like, really. I
Seriously.
mean, women are going to continue just
Copium is just copium.
calling men gay and using any shaming tactic they can just to get men to pursue them again. Eventually, you know, women, you might have to look at the fact that we created this situation where there's no incentive for men to date at all. Now, the way I see it is men just give us equal
there's some juice coming out of that one. It just ain't worth it.
treatment in this department, just like with anything else. Isn't that what you would call progress? I would think most feminists, at least, would be pretty happy with this because you get the equal treatment that you want, which includes having more responsibility. Now, I don't know why you're thinking of relationships as prizes in the first place, because, you know, if a man calls you a prize, then wouldn't that indicate that he's objectifying you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that women complain that men do. You don't want to be objectified.
Why is it that men feel like by staying single, they're going to increase their peace?
Because you guys are chaos and bills. So we save money and there's no chaos. Sounds like peace to me.
Now, if I think about this from my perspective, being single and not having a boyfriend, my life right now feels pretty peaceful in that there's a whole responsibility that comes with having a partner. There's a sense of obligation. You know, you have to show up in a certain way. There's just a whole other level of responsibility that comes with commitment. And what I will say is, in a way, not having a boyfriend makes my life easier because I don't have to consider someone else and their emotions or their priorities or what they want with the way I'm planning my life and what I want. However, it's not to say that by being single, my life is fully peaceful. Like, dealing with certain situations and dating and going through the whole emotional roller coaster of how is
That's what happens when you're old.
this experience going to evolve, like, is exhausting. So I don't think that singlehood equates to peace. I think that
Yeah, no women equals peace.
regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship, like, there's going to be challenges in life. And what makes me sad is to see that there's this narrative around, like, being single and not dealing with men or women is what's going to increase your peace, because at the end of the day, like, humans are wired to connect. And so if we continue to isolate ourselves out of fear of being hurt, we're just going to live very lonely lives. And that's not really worth it. Like, you have to be willing to put your heart on the line and potentially get hurt and maybe disrupt your peace to find greater meaning in life. It's my opinion.
I can somewhat agree that you might have to disrupt your peace to find greater meaning in life, but you ain't it.
I mean, I think that's the problem with trying to see things from a woman's perspective. We can try, but we'll never really see the full thing. I mean, she
Right.
probably means well with her message, but the opinion is just, it makes you sound like you've lived under a rock your whole life. What I do generally find is that when women have men in their lives that they do respect, they seem to be able to see things from the man's perspective a lot easier than when they have this hatred towards men. Now, there's only so much we can understand as women because, well, we don't know how to man. We have no
True.
idea what it's like to be a man. So we can't really understand everything from a man.
This is very similar that we don't know how to be women either. We don't really truly understand what women fully go through when they get approached, you know, how much attention they get and stuff like that. I also don't fully understand that.
Perspective, obviously, which is why I'm not a big fan when I see women trying to give men advice, especially when it comes to dating advice. I just don't know how you can give advice to something when you don't understand it fully. I mean, what are we doing with that? It's just, and I see it a lot, which is crazy because it's just a little bit ludicrous. I mean, what are we doing here? But since you are giving advice, I am going to judge it just a little bit harshly because we as women can risk putting our hearts on the line. I mean, the worst that can happen is, well, maybe you do end up with the wrong man and he physically abuses or mentally abuses you, but you're going to have the law fully backing you up. But let's say a man does do what you want, right? And he does put his heart on the line. And one day you just wake up and you're like, well, no, actually, I decide now that I didn't actually consent to sex last night. Well, the law is going to be on your side. Or let's say you marry this man and decide to have children with him, but, you know, out of the blue one day, you just decide you're not happy anymore. And
which is very common.
and you want a divorce. You take the kids, but he's still got to provide you money for your wifely duties that you're now going to give to another man. And if he doesn't, well, there goes his freedom again.
And he's a deadbeat.
So yeah, as women, of course, I think we can put our hearts on the line without too much damage, since we do have a lot to gain from both marriage and divorce. But I would really, really just stick with telling women that.
A lot of men nowadays are like women
No,
now.
it's just weird that women have lost the plot. Right? They told men this, all that, this and that, and then now they just want men back. Right? It's just funny to see women pushed men away so greatly, and now they're lonely. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.